Ceedee Lamb is one of the NFL's biggest stars. His 4-year stretch in the league has produced consistent improvement, culminating in an epic 1,712 touchdown season in 2023. And now that man wants to get paid, and I don't blame the guy, because besides Justin Jefferson, there's no other receiver as good as Ceedee Lamb in the league. The rumors are an extension of around $140 million, and he would be worth every penny. But how do you become worthy of such a lofty price tag? This is a day in the life of Ceedee Lamb. As a former college star, Ceedee Lamb benefited nicely from a first-round paycheck when he was drafted by the Dallas Cowboys and put that money to good use.
Start getting into like 15, 16, and I get a couple texts. Start getting calls. Ceedee going to the Cowboys. And I'm like, man, I don't know.
With the 17th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Ceedee Lamb, wide receiver, Oklahoma.
When I got the call, it was just like, Dallas. Wow.
He wakes up every day in a stunning giant house in Texas. Well, and you're probably wondering, how do I know that he has such a nice and big house? Well, it's because he went on LGTV and did a TV show with them, showing this giant house, pretty much a mansion, that he lives in. In the series, Lamb works with an interior designer who revamps the whole place for him, massively upgrading the kitchen and creating a relaxation and entertainment room that would make anyone jealous. It has a huge 77-inch television screen, which is the perfect spot for movies and gaming with friends, along with a giant silver pet iguana and, of course, a boatload of LG products. It's not a bad place to wake up, which massively helps with the early mornings required of professional athletes. Ceedee's day typically starts around 6 a.m. The importance of sleep has been drilled into him ever since his earliest football days at John and Randolph Foster High School, where his head coach insisted that a solid 8 to 9 hours of sleep was the next most important thing after nutrition and training.
Sleep is one of the main things we talk about here, and I think it's one of the ones, it's our secret weapon. Hydration, nutrition, and then sleep has to come with the rest. Everybody talks about grind time and grind season and no days off. Well, then you better be getting 8 to 9 hours of sleep.
Lamb first started to notice the importance of this at college when the athletic demands were taken up a notch, and as a result, he makes use of a Sleep IQ app now. Rest and recovery are crucial for football players, and this app will tell Ceedee all about his heart rate, breathing rate, and how much restful sleep he is getting.
When I get up, I check my Sleep IQ app, and it tells me a bunch of crazy stuff like my heart rate, my breathing rate, and how much restful sleep I'm getting. Like, for real. Because I know it's going to help me stay healthy and on top of my game, especially going from college to the NFL. I'm always going to need an edge.
From there, it's breakfast and time to work out. As we all know, for NFL athletes, their workouts will change dramatically depending on what they are trying to achieve. For example, when Ceedee was preparing for the combine, all of his workouts were designed around burst and explosiveness, and in the words of his trainer, looking good without his top on.
A lot of these guys come in having certain movement patterns that they've done as they've been athletes their entire life. We almost have to reprogram these guys a little bit to do these movements as efficiently as possible, training the central nervous system to fire correctly.
His morning workouts would start at 8 a.m., focusing on speed and agility, and his afternoon workouts would start at 1 p.m., focusing on strength. Unsurprisingly, these drills were focused around what Lamb would have to tackle at the combine. These included shuttle drills to improve explosiveness and acceleration, the 3-cone L drill to improve his change of direction, and the 40-yard dash, which works on his top end speed. And anyone who is familiar with Lamb's game will know that he was already pretty good at these things during his time as an Oklahoma Sooner. As a freshman, he snagged a touchdown in his very first game, quickly establishing himself as a top weapon. His 807 yards and 7 touchdowns were a great start, setting the tone for an impressive college career in which he improved to 1,100 yards and 11 touchdowns as a sophomore and 1,327 yards and 14 touchdowns as a junior. By the end of his 3rd season at Oklahoma, everyone could see that Lamb was ready for the NFL, earning consensus All-American and first-team All-Big 12 selections, and he was a big-bodied X-receiver with the route running chops to take it to the NFL cornerbacks from day one. He was an imposing target with good hands who also had the speed and contact balance to be a real threat after the catch as well. And I mean, frankly, the dude coming out of college was the full package that anybody would want out of a wide receiver. receiver coming out of college, which is why he earned the 17th overall selection in that draft by the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, frankly, from there, the rest is just history, and his career has been nothing but great since being drafted. Having entered the league now, you can be sure that Ceedee's workout routine has changed a lot. And while there isn't a lot of information about the specifics of his routine, we know that a lot of this will be now dictated by the Cowboys, in particular during the season when most of the training will be about preparing for upcoming opponents. From what we could find, Mondays are focused on lower body lifting sessions and a recovery run, with Tuesday then being the primary recovery day alongside preparation for the week. Wednesdays and Thursdays are the busiest days of the week, with workouts in the morning, practice in the afternoon, and plenty of meetings and film study packed in around it. Fridays are then another day of rest to get mentally ready for the weekend before more workouts on Saturday. These will be more high intensity with speed training in addition to plyometric training, power work, and jump squats. Then after one final night's sleep, it's game day. And look, I mean, there's not many ways to put this, as in an athlete's lifestyle, it's not easy. It's not for the faint heart. And honestly, there have been plenty of stars that have faded because of the inability to just keep up with these routines and schedules that they have to follow to stay healthy and get ready for the week. But I mean, for Ceedee Lamb, that has never been an issue, as you guys can see. And I mean, from a young age, he understood the value of hard work and what it takes to be a football player, due to growing up around several of them growing up. His father, Cliff, played for Mid-American, and his uncles, Adam and Chester, played for Texas Southern and Air Force Academy, respectively. Through them, Ceedee learned the craft of football from a young age. And from his mother, he learned about sacrifice, hard work, and dedication. After a divorce from Ceedee's father at a young age, his mother raised Lamb and his 4 siblings on her own. She worked a 9-to-5 job as a medical assistant, but didn't let it stop her from giving Lamb the best possible.
I believe what motivates Ceedee to do what he's doing now is because he was around long enough to see his mom struggle from living in a 1-bedroom apartment with 5 of them, sleeping on air mattresses, no furniture. Now we're able to have full house. Everyone has their own bed, food, bills being paid.
Lamb has since spoken about how strong his mother is, stating that he knew being a single parent was tough on her.
Knowing what they've been through when I was younger, trying to sacrifice, and I'm looking to obviously keep it going, continue to be a great role model for my brothers, stay out of trouble, and just obviously be a great son to my parents and a great cousin to my cousins. You know what I'm saying? Just be here for all family members, keep everybody close and safe and driven.
And I mean, it's clearly paid off well for him so far, and the influence of those responsible for his upbringing is surely a big part of how he has taken the intensive NFL routine in his stride. And now once practice and film study are done for the day, Ceedee returns home for rest and relaxation. Nutrition is a big part of this process, which is why he has his own chef. McLean started out by making cookies and other desserts for Deion Sanders after he played for his Truth Select youth football team. With that sweet gig under his belt, McLean managed to get a job for Alan Hurts as his own personal chef before going on to cook for several other members of the Cowboys, including Lamb. When it comes to dinner in the Lamb house, McLean says that Ceedee's preferred meal is always seafood. In particular, his signature steak wrapped shrimp, crab legs, and jambalaya. He's there cooking for Ceedee Monday through Friday, ensuring he gets all the right nutrition that he needs, whether that's him helping him bulk up or simply recover from the strenuous workouts of an NFL player. For Lamb, his day will finish up in the media room that we mentioned earlier, which is the ultimate relaxation station. Here he can escape the world by playing video games or watching movies with his friends. During the off season, when he has a bit more time on his hands, you can expect to see Ceedee enjoying some of his hard-earned cash. Yes, he makes the most of that lucrative rookie contract every day in his home, but he didn't just limit his spending to that alone. A quick scroll through Ceedee's Instagram will show you a man who is very interested in fashion. In fact, even one day after practice, a morning practice with the team, he went and did a photo shoot with Neiman Marcus right after. His favorite designer is Christian Dior, admitting that a big reason for that is the Ceedee logo. His love for clothes also took him to Paris Fashion Week in 2023, and with Lamb on the cusp of a bank-breaking new contract, keep an eye out for some more eye-catching outfits throughout this season this year. And not only does he have an eye for clothes, but he also has an eye for cars, and like most normal people would, he made sure to upgrade his car collection with his newfound wealth. It came in the form of a stunning Lamborghini, a super SUV with some very flashy Hermes and carbon fiber accents, accents added to the inside and out, and a very vibrant orange interior. On top of that, it's a 4-liter V8 TT engine with a total of 901 horsepower that ensures that Lamb remains just as speedy off the field as he is on it. It's thought that the total cost of the car came to approximately $250,000. And the stunning SUV is just the latest in a beautiful collection that already features a black Jeep Trackhawk and a Chevrolet Camaro. But I think even with all this wealth that he has been able to gain over the years, he's still been able to look out for others that aren't as wealthy as him or as well off. He's put his hefty paychecks to good use by helping the local community in various ways. In just his second season in the league, Ceedee visited a local Tom Thumb grocery store in Dallas, handing out $100 gift cards to shoppers.
Good morning. I want to give you this $100 gift card on behalf of me and Tom Thumb on your grocery shopping.
You're kidding.
No, I'm serious. Happy holiday.
Oh,
Of course.
what a nice thing.
Of course.
This came as part of a campaign called Nourishing Neighbors, which aimed at helping underprivileged families. He's continued his good work in the community throughout his young career, including starting an inaugural All-Star Bowling charity event in 2022. Here he was able to connect with fans while also raising money for a local physical medicine and rehabilitation charity. As a local himself, Lamb has always wanted to have a presence in the community, telling CBS, "I look at it as a seed, planting that seed very early on in your career and keeping watering that plant. But the biggest impact that Ceedee has had on a family actually came in his rookie year in 2020. Like, despite being so young and new to a world of wealth, he teamed up with Lowe's to help a family who were living in a beaten up property with unstable floors, broken bathrooms, and holes in their windows. One of the children living there had submitted their house to the local Boys and Girls Club for consideration of renovation, and thankfully the right people saw it. Together, Lamb and Lowe's invested $50,000 in repairs to the home, completely renovating the property and giving the family a safe and comfortable place to live in. The family, who had happened to be huge Cowboys fans, weren't aware of Lamb's involvement until they received a video call from him.
How's the renovation coming?
It's great.
I've been in your shoes before. My home has been damaged before. I actually want you and your family to come to one of our next home games that we're gonna have here in Dallas. It makes my heart happy.
It's things like this that show Dallas has got a good one. I mean, he's a superstar, a game-breaking wide receiver on the field, and a stand-up citizen who is a loyal person to his community. As he patiently awaits his shiny new contract, I doubt that there's a single person in Dallas who doesn't want this guy to sign it as soon as possible. And I mean, they got to get it done at whatever cost. In terms of the cost, it's going to be high, but I mean, it's going to be worth it as well. I mean, Lamb has been brilliant on the field from the very first day he's entered the league. He's been improving every single year, and it culminated in a 1,700-yard season that solidified his status as one of the very best in the league. He's already got 3 Pro Bowls under his belt to go alongside a first-team All-Pro and a second-team All-Pro selection as well. He led the league in receiving in 2023, which is extra impressive given the quiet start he had to the year when he was being misused on offense. Prior to the bye week, he was just averaging somehow 7 targets per game, but after the bye week, the Cowboys unleashed him properly, increasing his average targets to 12.6 per game. I mean, this dude lines up everywhere from the slot, on the outside, and often in motion, and the results were absolutely destructive. It's easy to say that he is one of the rare talents in the NFL who can take over a game on his own, and people like that don't come cheap. It's surely just going to be a matter of time. Hopefully before the season starts, they can get this deal done, and he will deserve every single penny. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think Ceedee Lamb is somehow going to get paid more money than Justin Jefferson? Honestly, I don't think that's going to happen, especially with how cheap the Cowboys are. I think they got to get his deal done first, then Micah, and then Dak last, because honestly, it might be time to move on from Dak. But let me know in the comment section your guys' thoughts about what you think the Cowboys are going to do with Ceedee Lamb in that contract. And if you guys have not, make sure that you join my Discord, where we are going to be doing all of our fantasy pools, pick'em pools, and a dynasty for NCAA starting here pretty soon as I get it set up. Just really busy lately, but appreciate you guys always clicking on the video and watching. If you guys have not, make sure you join there, like the video, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next one.